Hey everybody, good morning. I guess today's the first of 2025, and then I had a pretty interesting dream last night, and I thought I should share it because typically when I have dreams that I can remember that I thought were real and are very vivid, I haven't been able to remember a dream in a couple months, to be honest with you. Um, so I feel like this one was from God, and I've been asking Him and praying about it, and it was basically the same dream that He's been giving me for years, and I find it interesting that He gave it to me this year on the first, and it's a little different. But let me just go ahead and tell you about that. So basically, I was on this property instead of my old property in Acton, and the dream started out. I came out of this house right here that I'm in, went out my front door, and I looked up in the sky and I saw. Instead of them being red lights like they were in the past, because there's always some kind of chaos. Before in the dream, it was chaos, and then these lights would come, and they were red, and then it was like some kind of invasion, and then fireballs came down, and I said it's the rapture, and everything's going to be okay, and the dream would end. Absolute destruction came after the alien, this pre-alien false thing. You know, aliens aren't real. We know they're fallen angels. We know they're the offspring of the Nephilim. Some that are here, the ones that bred with the daughters of man, the bore sons to rule. Not all of them died in the flood, and so we do still have some giants. Some people call them Sasquatch. We got a mixture of things, and I've seen a lot of these things over the years, whether face to face or on camera. And so, but they're not from space, people. They're not. That's not what they are. So this great deception that's already coming, I find it very interesting going on. I haven't really touched on this because for 13 years I told everyone it was going to happen, and no one listened. And I don't want to be right. It's not like, look at me, I'm right, because I'm a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody. So it's not about me. And if it looks like I'm right, I'm not. It was Christ is right. And so let me just get to the dream. So I woke up, opened the door, went outside of this house. It was at this property, which is cool. And I looked up into the sky to the right, and there was 50 orbs, yellow things, kind of the stuff that are showing now on with New Jersey and these drones. And I don't even, that's too much to even talk about. But so I saw those orange lights. Then my dad and his present girlfriend were in the dream, and my brother, and that's kind of like everyone is here. In the past, in the dream, it was it was at a property I didn't live at anymore. It was with my mother that I'm not around, and so it was very weird. And so now it's kind of making more sense. So basically the dream was I came out, I saw the orbs, the family was here. I said, something's going to be going on. We've got about 2 days. And that's what it was in the dream before. And I was like, people are going to start freaking out. So basically it was like an escalation of these lights. And then they just kind of escalated over a period of 2 days to where like there was almost like a war in the heavens kind of going on. And I was like, getting all my guns and all my gear together that, I've been preparing for a while, and not like I even need it. And I was like, we're going to need to defend ourselves because people are going to be coming and looting. People are going to be panicking and freaking out about what's going on. And then I said, but within 2 days, the rapture is going to happen and we're going to be out of here. Some destruction is going to come. And basically those 2 days came up, and I was like, it's okay. We're getting to get out of here. And I woke up. I didn't actually experience the rapture this time, but I was aware the whole time that was about to happen, which is interesting. Because the first dream I had, this other dream that I've been having for years that reoccurs and a little bit gets added on more and more, is they were always red lights. They'd be in the shape of like triangles, red, like, dots, red dots, and shapes of triangles and lines. They're all red. And so there was, in the past, the dream was there was a chaos. People were rioting. There was something going on, and I didn't know what it was. And now I think I know what it is. It's this false deception before. It's like a pre-cover up of the rapture. Before, it was interesting, is I thought that they wouldn't know exactly, and they must know how close we are, and that's why they're doing this, obviously. But it was like I thought that the deception would come out right after we all disappear. The elect, the select, the overcomers. So the bride. And so it's interesting to see now it all kind of makes more sense to where, before it was just, I'm backtracking. I'm all over the place. This is probably ridiculous, but it's just interesting how the dreams are pretty similar, but they're vastly different. So the dreams that I had in the past that were reoccurring that I've had for years, yet again, red lights, triangles, red lines, all these dots. There was chaos. People were running up and we had to defend ourselves on our property. People were panicking. And then this invasion with these, this false invasion escalated. And at the same time it escalated, I was in the living room with my mother, my brother, my two brothers, and me. My dad wasn't there that time. And I was standing in the front living room looking out the window. And I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Jesus is coming. And at that time you could see literally like fireballs coming down from the heavens and like a wave of like water fire rushing over the mountains. Just probably as known as probably a nuke. If, because there is, they're not going to blow everything up, but there will be. So that's what that was. So it's very interesting now that the dream is basically the same, but it's at my present home around the present people that are here with the situation going on, and the orbs and those lights look exactly like they look like now. And we already know that there's things going on with the aerospace technology. They had to build these crafts for these fallen angels who lost their abilities when they were cast down with Satan when they rebelled against Christ. And we've been working with them for a long time, and then this is basically everything that's going on. I've already made many videos about this, so I'm not going to regurgitate again and again. No one listens really anyway. So basically what's going on, I want to touch base with this New Jersey thing, or what everyone's talking about. This is because the enemy knows that the rapture is about to happen. We're extremely close. And so he's got to start doing this. So he's pre-covering up the rapture. I still believe in Project Bluebeam. This is not Project Bluebeam, but I still believe they will use Project Bluebeam after or maybe before this false hologram. They'll use it, but as well, we've got actual fallen angels coming through the restrainer, as well as them already being here. We've got portals being opened up, obviously, with CERN. We also have aerospace technology, these saucers and things that we've made for them, and this technology that we suppress from the public. They basically have lied to you, and so that when they tell you this lie with a bit of truth, you'll believe it's the truth, but it was actually the intention all along, so you'd fall into the ultimate lies. They told you a little lie, and they're like, oh, they've been lying to us, they've been suppressing us. The people in power have known, and they've suppressed it from us. They've kept this technology. These aliens are actually here to help us. And so people will buy it, but then that's the ultimate lie. So they fall into the ultimate lie. They trade their soul because the enemy has to come up with an explanation pretty quick with a bunch of missing people that go missing when the rapture happens. And so this DNA upgrade that will be offered, this alteration of the seed of Adam within all of us in the image of God, which is why he had to flood the earth initially, back when we were more advanced as a society in the time we were building the pyramids, because we were more advanced back then. Things were going on back then. And Noah was the only one who was saved in his family. And, he had warned for over 100 years, the flood's coming, and no one listened until the day the flood came. And so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. And so just like in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. Well, we are in the same time frame right now. And so I believe that we are going to see these things are actually it's going to become more of a deception. I'm not saying these are aliens. What I'm saying is that this is a mixture of things going on. And you can't mix iron and clay, obviously, and that's basically the mark of the beast. But there is going to be more of a well-known. These things may actually start coming down. People might actually start seeing them. It's going to become more known. There'll be like a war in the heavens almost. It's going to escalate to where it's going to be well known to the world that aliens are real, even though they're not. So everyone's going to be, basically going to be on that trip that they're real. Oh my gosh, we've been enslaved by religion. We're just vessels or containers. That's the lie they're going to say. You have no soul. Religion was just to make sure you didn't damage your container. Jesus Christ and all these people we created, they were just fallen angels that we put down, or these aliens that we put down, and the star of, when the wise men followed the star, that was us again. They're just going to tell you it's all made up, and religion, and all of it. So this is one big deception. This is just a cover up because the elite know, the people in power know the rapture is about to happen. Okay, so that's all this is, and we're very close. And I believe it's going to escalate a little bit more. But I still believe. We're like literally moments away, because we literally are moments away. Everything is in place. It's such a blessing, such a beautiful time to be alive, everybody. So.